welcome everyone for this web development webinar. So let's start with the introduction part. So I'm going to give you the overall view on the web development process, like what all the technologies are needed to go ahead with this particular technology, and what all the companies are going to look, and we'll see what all the main tech domains into it. Then we're going to look on to the hands-on part. So let's try to build one small website. So whatever the topics I'm going to explain you guys. Okay. So let's move on to the basics of introduction part. So let's see what is web development over here. So once I just click onto this, okay. So let's see what is web development. So web development is a process is mainly used for building the websites. So you can see in the every domain, even in the every field, there will be there will be one website. So what is the website? Website is a prototype of their particular work. So what all the things will be there, they're going to pack it everything into a website so that every person in the anywhere in the world, he can able to access it, he can able to open the sites, and he can know about what is going on. So how they are going to develop these kinds of websites? So what all the technologies it is needed to develop any of the website? Okay, so we are going to see that particular things. So basically web development is basically, we can say it as a front end of your websites. So if you are starting a career in the web development, so basically we will be going to the concepts of front end topics, like we are going to learn the basics of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and all a number of technical words. So if you are new to this field, it might be a new jargon words for you guys. So what is HTML, what is React, what is Angular? I hope as you are attending a webinar, so definitely you would have heard about HTML, CSS, JS. Even if you don't know what is that, but you would have heard it into it. Like even you would have heard what is front end, and even you would have known what is back end. You would have heard these terms, the basic terms which comes under web development, either in the full stack. Okay, so I'll be going you to give you the brief idea on it. Okay, so what is entirely the web development? So first open the new slide. So you can see these are all the topics I'm going to cover you. So what is HTML? I'm just going to say what is CSS, what is JavaScript, Bootstrap, jQuery, Tailwind CSS, React.js, Angular, WordPress. So these are all the technical terms which comes under the front-end technology. Okay, so here you can see these are all the logos. Definitely you people would have seen these logos in anywhere, even any of the posters or anywhere. So these are all the things which is going to use to build the web development process, to build a fully fledged website. Okay, so we'll see one by one what all the things is there. So I'm going to explain you the theoretical part. Same meanwhile, I'm just going to show you the practical way where it is exactly is being used. Okay, so I just see you the first slide. So what is front end? So let's see what is front end. So front end is a UI of your website where we can see the structure, design, and the working flow. And these are all the things we can just call it as a front end. So if I just open and show you one website, so I'm just going to open Guvi.in. I'm just going to open the official website of the Guvi. So you can see what are the page you are seeing here, the landing page of the website. And these all things, how they have been developed. So you can see there is a so beautiful website is right. And it has some structure. It has some particular design. It has some particular coloring pattern. It has the padding, margins, so a lot of things it is there. So how they are going to develop this kind of website? So basically using the concepts of front end. If I just show you, so using this main three concept, that is a HTML, CSS, and a JavaScript are the basic foundation to build any of the website in this particular manner. Okay, so here you can see what is the front end part. A front end is something, a technology which is going to call it as UI design of your website. This basically can see this is a UI part, UI, so user interface. So that should be something understandable for any of the human. That is the one point. And the second point is it should be a responsive in the sense, if I just right click and if I just open into the inspect element mode, so you can see in the mobile, it is going to look something like this. So it is something, a better website, and it is scalable, and you can see the scalability is there, and it has a very responsive design as well. So that means, so the website which we are going to develop, we have to take care all this all these keywords into the mind, and we have to develop the website. And here you can see the logo of the website is what? The logo of the website is green color, right? Green and white color. So you can see in their website, the developer of this website has used the logos color. So basically any website you see, so any website you see, whatever will be the logo colors, those particular coloring pattern they would have used. You can see they have a sign up button, right? So they have used green color over here. If I just scroll a little bit down, you can see the text color is also green, and the green, white, and black combinations. So the mainly used to develop this website. So this is the one particular structure we can. So this is also one thing keyword they have been take up into the mind and they have built a website. So this is the one thing over there. So the thing front end, I hope you have understood what is front end. The thing which you are seeing right now, that is nothing but a front end, the UI design of your website. Okay, don't worry what is this courses. If I just click onto the login, how the data is going to store to the backend and all, just don't think about right now. Just understand the website, the thing which you are seeing on the screen right now, that is built using a front end technology. To build that particular technology, the mainly thing is the mainly used technology is the HTML, CSS, and the JavaScript. This is the three basic important technologies used to develop a front end. Okay, so let's see what is HTML. So HTML is a hypertext markup language. So the full form of HTML is hypertext markup language that is used to build the skeleton of your website in the form of, you can see here left hand side, you can see there's a logo of the HTML, so you can see if you're developing any website just using HTML, so the website will be looking something like this. You can see there is something I have given an example here. So my first page, and my name is Henry, and the something, it is a paragraph tag, and here you can see there are three list tags that we call it as unordered list, and that is a UL tag that is displayed in particular fashion. But you can see there is no design over here. There is no colorings. There is no proper padding. There is no proper font size for any of the text. There is no proper structure of it. So that's why we call it as it is just a skeleton of your website. If I tell you one example of a human body, if a human dead, and even if you have seen the horror movies, right? So there will be a bone-like structure, the skeleton of the human. You would have seen completely. It will be the bone, right? So that's the skeleton. So that kind of thing, you can match it with the HTML in the web pages. The skeleton of your website, we call it as the HTML over here. That is what we have said here. See, HTML is the structure of the website, which we call it is skeleton. Okay, the full form of it is hypertext markup language. Okay, and any website, there is no website without using HTML. Definitely there will be HTML. It is your basic foundation. This is the basic what you can say basic thing to develop the website. It just, we can call it as a skeleton of the website. Basically in the HTML we'll be having all the tags. Basically we deal with the tags, we are going to deal with the buttons, we are going to deal with the forms, and we are going to deal with the tables, everything. But main thing is what, there will be no proper styling, there will be no proper design, there will be no proper structure of it. Just we can say it will be just a skeleton. So once the skeleton is built, once the human skeleton is built, so next thing is what? Next thing is they are going to put the CSS for it. So next slide describes the CSS. CSS is what? A cascading style sheet, which is going to style our web page. So once you can see in the HTML, you can see the left hand side is the page, right? So which we have a header tag, we have a paragraph tag, then we are having an unordered list over here of the, which is the concepts of HTML. So what they are going to do here is they are going to apply the CSS and just make the things better. If they want to give the my first web page color to green color, around they can give it by using a concept of CSS. If they want to increase the font size, even they can do it. If they want to put the image and get into the center, the things they can do it easily. So that all the things that are going to achieve the using the concept of CSS, that is nothing but the cascading style sheet, which is going to style our web pages and which is going to give the best UI design for your website to look beautiful. So that is what we have seen. So if I show you here, so this is the website, right? So this is your website. You can see this is the something they have used HTML, and along with that they have been used CSS, Bootstrap, and all. So that is why the website is looking very amazing over here. I'm just going to show you in the coming in next few minutes, like this website without CSS, without JS, how it is going to look. I'm just going to show you that practically as well. Okay, so now let's understand this thing first. So that basically, so this is just slide one. So you can see the first thing is CSS is basically that is used to design your website. So you can see here I have given one example for the login page. So here you can see I have added the login background image I have added. How I have added the background image? By using the concept of CSS. Here you can see the login I have got the particular login text to the center. So that thing also I have achieved using CSS. You can see there is a button. The button color is a black, and we have given some specific size, specific padding, specific margin for it. So these are all the things we are going to achieve using the concept of CSS. So the two things is done. That is, first one is what? HTML. The HTML is a hypertext markup language. That is a skeleton of your website. So the next thing is the CSS. CSS is used to style the skeleton. So if I just tell you the example of the human body, once the skeleton is done, if they are going to put like, okay, the color of a person should be dark color, and the hair of the color should be brown color, and eyes color should be black, and there should be a specific size. You can see the people will be like different sizes, like someone will be the tall, one will be the short, and like that. So these are all the things you can say, okay, these are all the things that is achieved using CSS over here. So specific what I can say, the specific nail color should be white color, and hair color should be black. So these all stylings they are going to do with the concept of CSS over here. So one thing I'll say you, just anywhere in your life, if you talk about what programming or a website something, just relate that with things with the real time example, in the real time of your life. So you can match the two things, and you can see there are a lot of 80 to 85% the things will be similar over here. So as I said, HTML is what? Skeleton of the human body. CSS is what? The styling. So whatever the skin color, whatever the hair color, that all things can be achieved using the CSS. So you can match these two things over here. So now next the concept is the technology, the main technology, that is a JavaScript. So JavaScript is a scripting language. So it is what? Scripting language. The HTML CSS is not your programming language. It is a hypertext markup language. CSS is a styling for the styling purpose. They're going to use that. And the JavaScript is something, a scripting language that is a soul of your website. So if I tell you one example, the normal which we are talking about, the human body. So the skeleton is done, and the structure has been designed, everything is done. Okay, done. The once is done. So without soul, what is the use of that human body? Right or not? Yes or no? Without soul, what is the use of the body? So he has a good structure, he has a good what I can say, skeleton, everything is perfect, but there is no soul. Then what is the use of that? So basically, you can say JavaScript is a soul of your website. So that is something like do some of the functionality. If a person has a soul, then only he can get up, he can sleep, and he can eat, and he can talk. These all things can be done, right? So same way, even in the web development process, JavaScript is a scripting language. It is a soul of your website. And with the help of the JavaScript, we are going to achieve a lot of things. Suppose if I show you one real-time example here. So now see, if I just click on to the sign up here, can you see here? I'm redirecting back to the sign up page. So if I just show you one real-time example with this, so now you see here is the website. If I just click on to the official of this Guvi website, so I'm going to this page, right? So I'm just in the mobile, it is going to look something like this. I'm just going to open here again. So in the mobile, it is going to look something like this. So now see here, this we call it as a hamburger menu. In the web development, we are going to call the real the particular jargon word that can call it as hamburger menu. So when I click on to this, you can see I'm getting a pop-up, right? I'm getting a pop-up. Again, if I click onto this into mark button, it is evaporating. So something is happening. So when I click onto the specific button, some reaction it is giving to me. So that we can call it that can be achieved using the concept of JavaScript. So JavaScript is a scripting language, and it is the most best scripting language in the world. No one can replace JavaScript. Neither a Python can replace, either a Java can replace. No one can replace the JavaScript. Okay, JavaScript is a king of your it is a something we can call it as it is a king. Without JavaScript, nothing is going to happen. Okay, so JavaScript is something you have to be very careful with that, and you have to master that particular thing by the time in your career. So this is the most important thing I can say according to my experience. Okay, that is a JavaScript, and it is easy to learn, basically nothing that much stuff. So see here, so basically we are about talking about the JavaScript, right? JavaScript is the soul of your website, so which is going to perform some of the functionalities. When I click onto this wrong button, it's going back. When I click onto here, it is getting back. And here you can see one thing, if I just refresh the website again, the give.in, so you can see here there is something right there. We have something should be happening here. So if I here, it is a pop-up. So something is you can see some of in your website, you can see some of the automatic pop-ups will come. Automatic pop-ups will come, and you can see the slide is getting automatically, it is going. So after 2 seconds or after 3 seconds, depending upon the scripting, it is something is happening in your website. So something, a functionality is going on, that all the things can be achieved using the concept of what? The concept of JavaScript. That is what the JavaScript is. So we have discussed the three important things into the web development. That is what? HTML, CSS, and the JavaScript. HTML is just the structure of your website, and CSS is a styling. You can give the styling for the button. You can give, it can be green color, and even you can specify the padding, margin, and even you can set what should be the, if you want to align the text at the center. These all the things can be achieved using the CSS. The JavaScript is the soul of your website. Whatever the functionality we are going to see into it, so that all the things is being going to achieve using the concept of JavaScript. So these are all the three important uh, technologies into your front end part over here. So now as a fresher, so now they will be get that. So if you want to master CSS, JS, and HTML, it is going to take a lot of time, yes or no? And if you want to master it, even we can master it. So you can ask me, so there is any shortcut way so that I can easily build the website, so without having this three knowledge, like in the advanced level. So but it's compulsory, you need to know HTML and a little bit of CSS and basics of JavaScript. So whether after knowing this one, can I build a website, is your question, might be in your mind. Yes, the answer is yes. Even you can build that things easily. So with the concept of what? With the concept of Bootstrap concept. So we are going to see that Bootstrap. So now let's see what is, first I'm going to say you that Bootstrap stuff. So here is a Bootstrap. Okay, yes. The answer is yes. You can build a website easily using the concept of Bootstrap. So what is Bootstrap? So Bootstrap is a CSS framework which is used to build a website very quickly and efficiently. And it is open source, and it is responsive, and it is very, very easy to use. Even a very beginner can build after learning Bootstrap within 5 to 10 minutes. He can create one landing page easily. So yes or no? Yes. So I'm going to show you with the live example as well in next few minutes. So with the just 10 minutes, I'm just going to show you how to build the sign up page, login page, how to add the cards, how to create an avatar. So these all the things can be achieved easily using the concept of what? Bootstrap. So what is Bootstrap? Bootstrap is a CSS framework which is used to build a website very quickly. In any MNC, in any of the projects, many people, 99%, any of the project which is having a full stack project, definitely 100% I can write and give, they are going to use the Bootstrap for the front end purpose. So that is going to avoid you a lot of time. That is going to make the things very faster and easy to understand. There's all the things is there. So here is the Bootstrap. So what is Bootstrap? As I said, CSS framework. What is CSS framework? So Bootstrap is a community. What they have done, they have used HTML, they have used the CSS, they have used the JavaScript, and they have used the jQuery. Using all the four technology, they have come up with the concept with the Bootstrap. They're saying you, okay, listen, girls and boys, don't worry, and we are there here to build the website very quickly and very efficiently. You don't need to worry if you know or not. You just come up to here. We are going to give you some of the components from our website. Just use those components to build any of the website. This is what Bootstrap community is saying to you. Okay, so if I just come back to that website, so mainly used, even I'm just going to use mainly here, that is a getbootstrap.com. So you can see this is the official website of your Bootstrap. They're saying, see, build fast responsive sites with the Bootstrap over here. So if I just come back to the documentation of it, so you can see they're saying, if you want to start with the documentation, they are saying, okay, listen, you have to just use our CDN links of the CSS. They are saying you have to use only the JS of it. So basically the CSS is going to load from this particular CDN links, and JavaScript is going to use from this particular CDN links. If I just show you the code, just don't fear after seeing the code. So you can see, if I just show you this link, you can see that a lot of code is written. Who is written this one? This is written by the Bootstrap community. We don't need to care it about that. Okay, okay, fine, you have written, I don't care. But I want to just look, I want to see the functionality into my website. Okay, they're saying you need to use only these two stuffs into your website. Then you start using our components. So you can see, if I just go to the concept of components, can you see there is a components over here? So if suppose you want a nav bar here, you just select the nav bar. So you can see, I can able to see the nav bar. Can you see here? This is a nav bar. If you want to put this nav bar into the website, they're going to give you the below code. So you can see it is completely what the code you are seeing right here. This is very, very easy. So the HTML is such a concept, maximum 4 to 5 hours, you can cover a lot of topics into the HTML. So once you learn HTML, this will be the something very easy to you. Now, only extra thing is you will be able to see the classes over here. So you'll be saying the class. You can see In this particular example, there are around 10 to 15 classes. This classes is going to use to put the CSS. This is done by our Bootstrap community. We don't need to care it about it. Okay. So how you can ask me without CSS, how you got the color as a green color here, search box. So this is done by the whom? This is done by the Bootstrap community. We are just going to focus on the functionality of the things. We're not going to focus much on how it is being created. So it is what the Bootstrap is there. Suppose if I just show you the buttons over here, suppose everyone would have heard the buttons. If I just show you the buttons, so if I just scroll, you can see these many types of buttons are there into the Bootstrap. Primary, secondary, success, danger, warning, info, light, and dark. So see, you can see the similar lines of code for every button. The similar line of code is there. Same thing is the button is the type is button, and we have just the extra thing is what class. And here in the HTML, for every open tag, there will be a closing tag definitely. So this you are going to learn in the HTML when you are enrolling the GV. They are going to talk to the deeply. So just understand the basics of it. So the thing is only what, whenever you give the primary, you will be a blue color. Whenever you give the danger, so danger, you can see it will be red color. Whenever you give the dark, it will be black color. So these are the standard colors, the 7 to 8 colors of the standard colors of the Bootstrap. Not only in the Bootstrap, in any website which they are going to use the Bootstrap, definitely whenever you are going to use success, that will be treated as a green. Whenever you are going to treat it as a danger, it is going to treat as red. Whenever you are going to say it as a blue, it is going to treat as a primary color. Okay, these are the basics stuffs of here is that. So you can see in the component, there are a lot of things here too. Suppose you want a card, you can just go ahead if you want something in your website to display in this fashion. So you can see if I just come back to the Guvi website, can you see they would have been, so you can see they have used the cards over here. Can you see there is an image and there is a what, there is a title, there is a something what, there is a description, and there is a small button over here. So this can be easily, they can just import this kind of thing and they can easily add that thing into the website. Okay, the front end part. So that can be easily developed using what the Bootstrap over here. So these are mainly the important technology which is going to be used in the web development process, that is a Bootstrap. So now you can ask me one question. The question is, okay, we have the Bootstrap, then what is the use of learning what CSS and the JavaScript? What is the use of learning? You can ask me that question, right? So yes, I'm going to answer you that. So if you know the knowledge of the CSS and if you have the knowledge on JavaScript, now you can see you can easily import this code into your website, and even easily you can do what, even easily you can put it into your like put it into the website, and even you can display in this particular fashion. But if you have the knowledge on CSS, if you have the knowledge on the CSS, you can, now you can see you cannot change the styling of it. If you know the CSS, you can change the styling. You can say, okay, whatever the image is there, I want to make it round. If you know the CSS, you have to apply one particular property, apply the property that is border radius to this particular thing. So border radius property, if you apply, the image is going to get round. If you want to this thing to get at the center, even you can apply the property text align to center. So these things you can achieve it. Okay, and one more thing, here in your Bootstrap, there is only how many colors? As I said, there are 7 colors, right? So where is that? If I just scroll a little bit down, you can see the buttons. We have only the 7 colors, right? Only this many colors only you will be getting in the one of Bootstrap when you are using it. Suppose you want purple color. Suppose you want pink color. So how you are going to do? If you have little bit knowledge on the CSS and the little bit knowledge on the JavaScript something, easily you can create new button. By using the same piece of code, you are going to add it, and you can make it the color to pink, even you can make it the color to purple, whichever the color you like, even you can do it. So that is where it is going to use if you have the if you have knowledge on that particular kind of thing. But definitely we are going to use Bootstrap itself, but there will be something you have to design with your own thing. So at that time, the CSS and JS is very important, so that even you can build your website easily. Okay, so it is what the thing is there. So now once the website is done, okay, so now you would have seen the latest emerging technologies, that is the React.js and Angular, the latest emerging things. So what is React.js? React.js is a JavaScript library which is mostly used for creating the component based front end pages, which can be called single page applications over here. So if I show you one example, if I just show you this website, so now see, if I just go to the login page, can you see the web page is getting a little bit refreshed? You can see the web page is getting refreshed. If I click onto the forgot password, can you see the web page is getting refreshed? Okay, so this, if your pages are getting refreshed, then it is not been, they have not used a React or Angular. So basically the web pages which has a single page application. So basically I'm going to tell you both about both the things, that is the React.js and the Angular. So these all the single page application. Single page applications means that is the based on the component wise. Okay, now see, even if I tell you the Bootstrap website, if I click from examples, can you see the web page is getting refreshed? Yes or no? If I click onto the icon, you can see it is going to the next page, it is fine. But if I click onto the documentation, you can see the web page is getting refreshed and it is giving you the little bit milliseconds of slow response over here. If I just show you one of the my website, if I just show you the website over here, this website, if I just show you the website, if I click on to this experience, so if I just click on to the blog over here, so now you can see the page is not getting refreshed. If I click on to the login page, can you see the page is getting refreshed? It is not getting refreshed. If I just click on to the register, can you see the page is getting refreshed? No, it is not getting refreshed. Why? The website is built using a component last. So basically they are saying, see, in any website, the number will be the constant. Only the thing is the center part, what you are going to see, that is only going to change. So rather than refreshing the entire page, just why not we can just change the component and make our website faster. So that is to come up with this particular concept. They come up with the concept of React.js. React.js is a library of your or library of the JavaScript and completely developed using JavaScript itself. And along for the styling for skeleton, definitely you need to know HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap. So all the three things will come under React. So React is one specific technology that has some specific syntax for making the component load. We have to follow that. But the main agenda of it here is it is going to redirect from one page to the another page. Just it is going to load the component. It is not going to refresh the entire website. Okay, it is not going to refresh the entire page, entire website. It's just going to give the output of you. Okay, so if I just go to the content page, you can see it is giving in the fractions of second it is the page is getting loaded. So this all the things can be achieved using what? React.js. So it is why it is more mainly popular nowadays, the React.js. We are going to use Redux concepts over this. This we are going to learn in the courses of the Guvi, so that you are going to see deeply over there. So just understand, okay, it's something a single page application, some kind of things. Okay, it is React is something just a library. Okay, but if I just tell you about the Angular is a single page web application. It is a completely framework. It is a completely 100 to 100%. It is a framework that is have some entire structure to build the web development. Okay, and for using this Angular, you need to know little bit, you need to know, definitely you need to know JavaScript, that is mandatory part. And along with JavaScript, they are going to use the TypeScript. Okay, it is a TypeScript. So TypeScript is a scripting language again that is mainly used for developing Angular. TypeScript is similar to the JavaScript, just there is a little slight 10% to 5% changes will be there. That's it. It is TypeScript is completely a JavaScript itself, but little bit 5 to 10% the changes will be there in the syntax, but entire concepts are same, entire syntax is also same, just little bit of minor changes will be there. Okay, and it is a completely a framework of the JavaScript, and it is mainly used to develop what is mainly used to develop the front-end web application for the single page, basically, which to load faster. We can see that it makes web pages to load faster and give the mobile application view. Okay, so that is what it has been there. So it is a completely end-to-end framework of the JavaScript. So it is what mainly important things over there into it. So now Bootstrap, I have said you, right? So this is the mainly things. So you can see once you know all this technology, you can easily able to create this kind of website. You can see you can create a background image. You can see this kind of beautiful website you can able to create in the process of the web development over here. You can see this kind of web pages you can able to create it. Okay. So now in the next 10 minutes, let's see the hands-on. Then I'm going to hand over to the Prasanna. So let's build a website. Just I'm seeing now it is what 7:30, right? 7:30 minutes. So just in the 10 minutes or within less than that, we are going to build a website using Bootstrap. Okay, so that I wanted to give one hands-on experience to you. Okay, so let's try to see how we can be develop that kind of things. Okay, so I'm just going to. I hope the screen is visible, right? Can I get the quick response?
Yes, yes, your screen is visible.
Okay, so now I'm going to just create one folder that is Guvi over here. Fine. So I'm just going to create one website Guvi. So I'm just going to open this thing into my Visual Studio Code. So Visual Studio Code is what? So basically, if you want to build any of the website, there should be one editor to develop it. So you can use Visual Studio Code, even you can use Node++, you can use Sublime Text. It is completely your choice. Okay, it is an open source. It is going to build website very quickly, and it's going to give a lot of suggestions to me. So you can see once I have once folder is created, I'm just going to create one website. So the HTML file, I'm basically every front-end pages will be of the .html extensions. Okay, so I'm just going to create one index.html page that is going to be treated as a HTML. You can see when I give .html, it will be a HTML extension. When you give .css, it will be a CSS file. When you give .js, it will be a JavaScript file. When you give .java, that will be a .java file. When you give .py, it will be a .python file. Okay, these things you will be seeing in the coming classes. I'm just going to select the editor as HTML over here. Done. So now see, I'm just going to create one HTML. So I'm just going to create one HTML page. Okay. So once I created HTML, once I click on, see, once what I did, I just press shift and exclamatory and enter. So it is going to give me the boiler template of it. So it's basically standard boiler template saying something document type is HTML, language is English. So basically in your HTML, there will be two important part. One is the header part and one is the body part. So whatever you are going to see. So whatever you are going to see here is updated invitation. You can see here post attendee, reset password, get started with the bootstrap. This is all the things coming from where it is going to come you from this header part. So whatever the thing you are seeing in the front end here, whatever the things you are seeing here in the body, so that things you need to specify into the body of it. That is what it is. So let's say here something as Guvi. Yes, let's say as a title name as Guvi by webinar something. So I'm just going to Guvi by web something. So inside the body, I'm just going to say here, I'm just going to use the H1 tag. So I'm just going to tell welcome to webinar. Something I'm just going to say it over here. So I want to see the output of it. I'm just going to click onto the go live. It is extension. It is going to show me the output of this code. Okay, go live is something what is going to show you the output of it. You can see it is going to say me, it is going to show welcome to the webinar. So this is the things just achieved using what concept of HTML, right? So this is what the thing has been now. So now, as I said, I'm just going to show you how a website of Guvi it is going to look without CSS and the HTML, right? So if I just press Control U, okay, I think, okay, this has been developed. Okay, they have seen they have hidden the code over here. So they have hidden the code. We cannot able to see it over here. Okay, so that I cannot copy these things. So if I right click and inspect it, see, we cannot hack into the real website. So don't think like I'm hacking over there. I'm showing you how to hack this website. It is not like that. Okay. It is just a client side scripting. It is just a client side scripting that is going to happen only into my system. It is not going to affect the actual servers. It is not going to affect the real time website, whatever it is. It is just a client side scripting. So you can see, I can able to see the code here. You can see if I just click onto the header part, you can see the body, it is showing me something like that. You can see all the sections data it is showing. Can you see? So these things I can able to see here. So now here you can see you have a container here. I have something data here, something data. I have the carousel over here like this, right? So even if I just show you here, so let me show you like this. So I'm just going to select this section. So I'm just going to edit as HTML. Okay. So I'm just going to copy this section. I'm just going to copy this section. I'm going to paste it into my website. I'm just going to paste it over here. So once I save, if I just come back here, can you see how the things is moving? It is logo is not getting, I'm just getting the text in some bad fashion. It's not getting what I was expecting. Yes or no? It is just a skeleton. As I said, it is going to show you the image if it is a perfect path, and it is going to show you the text if it is there. It's just basically it is going to show you the text, whatever the text it is there, it is just going to show you over here. Here you can see our accommodation, our aggregations is there something. You can see it is showing over here, but there is no styling, there is no JavaScript over here. It is just something. So if your website which you are not having any CSS, JS or a bootstrap, it is just going to look like a skeleton, nothing else. Okay, that is what I wanted to say. So let's look onto the main concept. I showed you, right? I'm just going to show you in the 10 minutes how to build a website. Now we are left only with the 5 minutes. Let's see how can we do it. Okay, so I'm just going to remove everything. So once I remove everything, if I come back here, you can see it is an empty page now. Now suppose I want to build something like a navbar like this. So I'm just going to select a bootstrap 4.6 here, the version. So I'm going to, so they're saying me, as I said, they said, right, if you want to use our website bootstrap, you need to use CSS and a JS. So I'm just going to copy this CDN link of the CSS. I'm just going to import into my header part. Here, what it does, it is going to load all the CSS files. Then it is a JS. I'm just going to copy the script files. I'm just going to put above the body. So now our website is loaded with the CSS of the bootstrap, and it is loaded with the scripts of the bootstrap. Now I can use any of the components of my bootstrap. So let's build a navbar over here. So I'm going to the components here. So in the components, I'm just going to search for the navbar. I'm just going to search for the navbar. You can see I got a navbar. So they are saying, okay, here is a navbar. If you want to display this kind of things, you just copy this data and put it into your body. I'm just going to paste it as it is over here. I can change whatever I want. I want to change. Suppose your navbar is there, right? Sometimes they're just showing to show you the output, how it is going to look. So if I just come back here and if I just show you here, you can see I got the navbar. I got the search button. I got the drop downs over here. Everything I got it. So easily I got it without adding any CSS, without doing any JavaScript. The things is coming over here. So now I want to make it a dark color. Suppose I'm just making as a navbar to a dark. I want to change the background color to dark. I'm just going to change. I want to replace the navbar to the Guvi over here. So whenever I click onto it, it should go to the home page. And I have a home page. Suppose there is a link tags there, right? Suppose I want to change the home link to what? I want to change it to link to contact page. So I'm just going to change it to contact. So basically this is a list tag. So suppose you want to add one more component. You want to add about page and login. So just you have to copy this same line of code. Just replace with the contact to what? Login. And here just make it as a SIGNUP sign up over here. So like this, you can change it. So once I save, you can see if I come back here, you can see I got the Guvi over here. Data is coming. You can see home. I got contact, login, sign up, and have the navbar. Whatever the content you want, basically you keep on going to add into it. It is going to develop as it is. Okay. Even you can see I have a search button over here that is of the green color. Suppose you want to change the search color to what? Change it to red color. Rather, wherever there is a success, just change it to danger. So just change it to danger, save it. If I come back, you can see I got the red color over here. So this is how the Bootstrap it is you can able to integrate it over here. So now I want to build one login page. Think like I want to build one login page over here. Okay. So how can I build? Suppose I'm just going to create one container. So we have a concept in the Bootstrap that is a div dot container. So I have a div dot container. I'm just going to create a container. I'm just going to say from the margin, take the size that is 3. So what we are going to say here is I want to build a things over. I want to put the login page. So I'm just going to the Bootstrap again. I'll just search. I want a forms here. FORMS. Sorry, FORMS forms. So once I enter to the forms, you can see I got the login page, which is having an email address, which is having a password. If I scroll a little bit down, if you want this kind of a multiple select drop down, even you will be having this kind of things over here. If I scroll a little bit down, if you want to select a file and upload it, this kind of stuff, even you have this concept. Again, if I just scroll a little bit down, so you can see we have the disable button, we have a radio buttons, we have the check boxes, and we have the form grid, how we can import. You can see we have one fully fledged form over here, which is going to take your email address, password, address, city, state, and it's going to take your zip code and a sign in button. So if I want to use, suppose I want to use this one, let me use this one. Okay, let me use this kind of form. I'm just going to copy. I'm just going to paste it over here. That's it. Copy, paste, finish. If I come back, you can see in a fractions of second, we were able to build a website which has a navbar and which is going to take what? It has a registration forms, which is going to take an email, password, and address, city, states, and all. Suppose you want to add one new extra attribute. Suppose I want to add, which is going to take my username. So I'm just going to copy this division tag to division tag. I'm just going to change the email to username. Suppose I'm just going to take the username. I'm just going to make the type is equal to text. And I'm going to tell here something. I'm just going to give one thing called placeholder is equal to, I'm just going to tell enter your username. Just save it. Once I save it, you can see I got the username over here. So you can see I've got the username here. So same way, if you want to add a number of inputs to take it, you can, once you learn HTML, it is very, it will be like a drinking water to you. So easily in a fractions of second, you will be able to build this kind of website. So you can see in the 5 minutes, we are able to build an app bar. We are able to build what? We are able to build a particular form. If I show you into the mobile, you can see it is going to look something like this into the mobile. And it is very responsive. We have not coded for, okay, I should change this much pixel should be in the mobile and all. If I click onto this hamburger menu, can you see it is getting selected over here? So these are the things which we can able to achieve using the concept of what a Bootstrap. So which is a combination of HTML, CSS, JS, and they build it. So I can use whichever the component I need, and even I can display the images. So if I want to display something kind of the images, if I just search for the images over here, so you can see we have images over here. Suppose whatever the images path will be there, you have to just put the path over here and it will be loaded. That's it. Yeah. So basically, if you are feeling difficult to add the Bootstrap like it, like adding CDNs and JS, so just create one more. I'm just going to create one more HTML file. I'm just going to name it as home.html here. So first you have to create a HTML page. Okay. So then after creating a HTML page, first you have to come. So if you're creating an HTML is fine, then come back directly to the which one, the getbootstrap.com, and select the version whichever you want. The latest version is 5.3. Okay, let's introduce 5.3. So then we need to go to the documentation over here. So they are saying if you want to get started with the Bootstrap, you can use our starter template. So you can use serial links, which I have used starting in. So if you are going to use starter template, there's no need of writing any stuff. So you can see here will be something somewhere here. So you can see here, you can able to see, right? So that's saying you, it is going to include the Bootstrap and it's going to include the script file into your web page. So just copy this code and just come back to your HTML page and just save it. So just paste it and just save it. That's it. Okay. Once you save, so if you have a go live, you'll be able to see here a go live button. Basically, you won't be able to see that one. You need to install one extension. See, there is one 4 boxes extension, right? You have to click onto these 4 box extensions. Then you have to search for the live server. So if you search for the live server, so these all the things you are going to see again in your training things if you are joining there. So once this is, if you just select the live server, so you can able to see there is a install button in your case. You can install that. If I just click onto the install, that extension is going to get installed. After extension installed, you'll be able to see this go live button over here. Suppose in case if you're not getting directly, even you can open directly. If I just open here, I'm just going to open here directly the folder. If I directly open a home.html page, I'll be able to see the output. So this is a one way of opening it. Okay. So the another way of opening is directly click onto the go live. You will be able to see the output directly here. So just if you press Control S, the automatically the things is going to done. Okay. So integration of Bootstrap is done. So the integration of the Bootstrap is mainly importing the script file and importing this link file. So this link file is for the CSS and this script file is for the JavaScript. Okay. So now if you want to import any of the things, suppose if I just come back to here components there, so if I have alert buttons, so we have these all the alert buttons. If you want to integrate something like this, you can suppose I want to integrate this stuff. So I'm just going to copy and I'm going to paste it here. So editing is after whatever, however you like, you can do the editing. You can change the text here, you can add the buttons, anyone can add any of the text like that. So once you save, now you can see I'll be able to see the output here, whatever the output I'm going to see, that is going to see. So basically everything we are going to pack up with one container. So container is something which is going to give the margin and padding from the top and bottom like that. Okay. So if I just tell div.container, if I just show like this, if I just save it, so I can see I'll be getting the output in this fashion. You can see now it is getting at the center. If you want to give the margin from the top, you can give margin from the top to 5. That is, it's going to take the margin from the top to 5. So like this, you can integrate the Bootstrap into the website. So there are a lot of things you can explore from here. You can see there's the badges, the buttons. If you want to use these buttons, you can use it. There are the carousels. The carousel is something like which is going to get you the images like this. So if you want to add this kind of images, so I can show you adding these images. So I'm just going to copy these stuffs. So I'm just going to copy the code. Then once I copy the code, then I'm just going to put that carousel here. I'm just going to give one break tag. So that thing I want to put it onto the top of it. So I'm just going to put it onto the top. I'm just going to save it. So once I save, you can able to see there is a stuff over here. So you can see the image is not getting loaded, but the images are getting it here. So if you want to get the image right now, so I'll be able to, I think I have some of the images folder. I'm just going to copy that images into somewhere else. So I'm just going to go fitness. Okay. So I'm just going to get few of the images over here, right? Okay. So let me check where is it. Okay, so I'm just going to do this. If I just come here, so it is a one file. Okay, it is not having the data in it. So let me get few of the images from somewhere. Okay, so I think the images are present into this e-commerce web application, probably might be there. So I'm just going to open the static folder, images. Okay, so I have these images, right? Suppose I want to show these images here. I'm just going to copy these images. I'm just going to create one new folder here. I'm just going to save the folder name as images. Okay, so inside these images, I'm just going to paste one image. So the image name is what? bwg.jpg. So I'm just coming back to my code. So you can see there is an images folder. Now I have added it. So I'm just going to say wherever there is a images, you go have to go to, so I'm just going to dot slash. So sorry, I'm just going to say, okay, I'm just going to say there should be in the same folder. So where is not getting the suggestions? I'm just going to select this thing as HTML over here. Okay. So once I select HTML, now you can see I'm just going to change. You can change the title over here. Suppose if you want to display the images, now I'm inside this home.html file, right? So this thing, there is a folder called as images. I'm going to tell there is a dot slash and there is a folder called as images. So then load the image that is bwg.jpg. So in the src, whatever the images you are going to put, that is going to load. I'm just going to put the same images at the three of the places. Okay. I'm just going to load the same image in the three carousels. So once I say, you can able to see the output into the front end. So you can able to see the output here. You can see I'm getting image over here. So you can see even I can slide the images. So I can able to slide the images over here like that. If you can see, it is taking the whole stuffs. So if you want to add the nav bar, so that will be better to display it. So if I just add the nav bar now, so it is not showing here. Okay, so I can just sometimes here only you can get it nav bar. So still it is in development of 5.3. So only before I used for the 4.6. So that is more efficiently. So if I just copy this code, I'm just going to put below the body of it. I'm just going to change the BG to, okay, just save it like this. So once I save, if I just come back to the website, so you can see I have an image over here. So I have a nav bar and I have the particular images over here and I have some of the content at the bottom. So like this, you can integrate any of the component of the Bootstrap. If you want to more do modifications and all those things, then you need to know a little bit of the CSS, just basics of these things. Then you can easily able to modify it and you can able to build the website accordingly. But this is something just a short idea I have given it today. Okay, it is not like with this you can develop the website very good easily and all. No, you need to just, I have said it is so. I wanted to show you the web development is not much difficult as others people shows outside. It is easy and it has a lot of like shortcuts to do it, and I can, once you have the knowledge on it, you can make it more better. So that is what I wanted to say. Okay, so any other questions? I hope I have
One,
answered it.
one more question. Can I use Bootstrap instead of React?
No, see, see, I'll show you. I just show you my website here. See, in my website, I have used Bootstrap. I have used the Bootstrap. See, for the buttons and all, I have used the Bootstrap, but it is implemented into React. So it means React is a library of the JavaScript. It has some few, as I said, what in the beginning itself, I said, when I click on the login page, it is just avoid you to refresh the pages. And it is not going you to refresh the pages, and it's just going to load the particular component of it. That's it. Okay, so these all the things can be achieved using the React.js, but the Bootstrap is just for the styling purpose. Just for, say, I have an app or I have a something like photo section, I have buttons over here, I have the forms. So I want to add these things. So then I have used the Bootstrap. In the React, I have used the Bootstrap. In every website, they're going to integrate the Bootstrap. Okay, for the styling purpose. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Rani. One more question, actually. How can we easily remember Bootstrap keywords?
Okay, Bootstrap, see, with my experience, I know a lot of things. So I can see there is nothing to remember here. So I'm not saying you have to remember this entire navbar code. No, you don't need to remember this entire navbar code. Just you need to remember how can I change the particular colors. There are the only 7 colors. I hope these 7 colors you can remember: primary, success, danger, warning, info, light, dark. This you can remember easily. But if you want to do modifications, just if you know HTML, once you know HTML concepts, then modifications will be like drinking water to you. So here you see the UL means nothing but unordered list, LI is nothing but a list, A is the anchor tag. So when I click onto the home page, it should visit here. Suppose now I want to create a link. So I'm just going to create a new link. It should visit to the Guvi official website. It should visit to the Guvi official website. I'm just going to the website that is guvi.in. So this is the official website, right? I'm just going to copy the link, and inside your href, I'm just going to paste it here. So I have just pasted. So whenever I click now, it is going to this particular website. These are all the things you are going to learn in HTML. But here extra things, there is a class. We should not care about it. What is this class? Okay, and it's something like coming from the Bootstrap. We don't need to remember it. Just you need to know, okay, from which tag to which tag you have to copy, which tag to which tag you have to do modifications, and how you have to redirect. So when you are going with the full stack web development course, then you'll be getting more clarity on it. So now see if I click onto the Guvi, so can say I got here. If I click on to here, you can see it is going to this website. These are all the things you can do modification. There is no need of behatting the bootstrap. It will come with the practice. That's it, I can say. And we no need of behatting all these classes names and all. It is not like that. You don't need to behat it.
Thank you, Mr. Anis. We have one more question. Does ChatGPT replace web developers in the future when it's automated by AI?
Okay, sorry. Can I repeat again? So I can see here. Okay, I cannot see the questions here. Okay.
Okay. Will ChatGPT replace web developers in the future when it is automated by AI?
Okay, I'm just going to show you the live chat GPT here. So I have logged in. So as a developer, I'm going to use much time. It is not like it is going to do your entire work and give it. Okay. So like basically now you have a navbar. Okay. So now I have a navbar. Suppose I'm just going to tell here into my chat GPT, I'm just going to say, I want a, so I'm just going to slide little. I want a table which has name and email. I want a table which has name and email to integrate in Bootstrap. I'm just going to add this. I want a table to integrate into. See, it is going to give me the code. So you can see it is giving me the code, right? Yes or no? So it's going to give me the code. So when you know the concept of web development process, then you can ask whatever you want for the Bootstrap, for the chat GPT. It is not going to give the entire thing. It is going to give the some of the pieces of code that you can integrate easily into the website. Now say given me the code, I'm just going to copy. And if I just paste it into my website, definitely I'll be getting an output, 100% output. What I'm expecting, I'll be getting it here. So I'm just going to show you here. See, I'm just going to put the HR, just save it here. So once I save, I'll show you the output. So I'm just going to stop the server and again, I'm going to run it. It is not going to replace the developer. It is going to make your job very easy. You can see I got the table, right? Definitely, like whatever the question you want, you can ask it to it. It's going to give you the output. But as a developer, you need to know what you are asking, where you need to integrate, and where you need to do the modifications. These all things you need to know. Okay, without having an idea of it, just I will just tell I want a fully fledged website design and give ChatGPT. If I tell, it is not going to give you. It might give you properly, but you will be getting failed to integrate into it where you want, because due to the lack of knowledge. And definitely it is not going to replace any developer. According to me, it made the job of the developers more easily, I can say. Okay, same thing if I want to create a website. So I can ask one more question to it. So suppose I want in my website, if I just show you in my website, so there is something called dark mode and a light mode right here. You can see if I click on to a dark mode, it is going to the light and dark mode. If I say to my chat GPT, it is going to do it, give and do it to me. See, I'm just going to show you one live example. I'll just going to say, I want a code for dark and LIJC light theme for React.js website. So once I ask this particular question to it, you can see it is going to give me the entire code. Now see, it is going to develop a lot of code. So as a developer, if you are mastering it, then only you can integrate it. Or else you cannot simply copy paste. And if I just same code, if I just copy paste into this HTML file, it is not going to run. And it is not going to run one single line of code as well. And it is not going to show you the proper output what you are expecting. So now see, as it is showing, it is giving me the data. They are saying, okay, you need to integrate, you need to add this into the app.js and you need to add it into this index.js. Then you need to add things he's saying to me. So when you are a React developer, then only will be knowing, okay, there I need to replace these things and all. It is not going to develop the entire website and you. That is what I said. Even in any website, if you want some piece of code that you are not getting to it, you can easily get the code from the chat GPT and even you can copy and paste it and you can understand it. It is going to make your job more easy. It is not going to take your job. That's all the answer.
One last question, which Ranis. One person is asking, what is the purpose of MongoDB and MySQL? Can you please explain it shortly?
Okay, MongoDB and MySQL. So now, as you people, now as you can see, there is a sign up page, right? So in the process, I have completely said about the design and the web development process. I have not said you about the complete full stack. So the MongoDB and all things comes under the full stack. So there we are going to have a backend and there will be a database. So now once your end is done, so now as your user, if you are enrolling you are doing a first name, you are entering the data and you are going to do the sign up, where is the data is going to store? So who is going to handle this? So whatever the data you are passing, first there will be the validation, whether the email which you are typing, whether that is a valid email or whether that email already exists into our system. It is going to validate. Is going to validate the password. So you can see it should be length between 5 to 12 characters. They have done the validations. Once you enter a proper data and do the sign up, there will be definitely one backend which is going to handle to take accept the data. So once the data is accepted, whatever the data is there, right, that should store, someone should be there, right, to store. So that's going to store it into any of the webs into the database. So there are a number of data types. There are a MongoDB, there are MySQL, there are PostgreSQL, there are SQLite Tray. So these are all the databases names. So depend upon the framework which you are choosing for the backend. Based on that, you are going to select the database and you are going to store the data. That's it. So my answer is only these things to just store the data. We are going to use it. So once you get the grocery, you are going to store it into some of the containers, right? Same way, whatever the data you are passing from here, we are going to store it into some of the databases so that whenever I want, I can retrieve it, I can validate it, and I can store it. So that is what the use of it.
Thank you so much, Ms. Chani. I'm sorry, we got one more question. What is role of WordPress in web development?
Role of the WordPress, right?
Yeah.
See, WordPress is something like like WordPress is an non-coding one. It is a third party. Okay, if you would have known the GoDaddy, right? So if I just open the GoDaddy, should I listen the GoDaddy, Dhoni will be saying, okay, take the domain and build the website faster, right? So he'll be telling not for the developers, he will be telling for the one who doesn't know coding. Okay. So if you don't want to go into the coding domain, just you want to make it easily, you want to develop the website, then you can go with the concept of WordPress. So WordPress is something like third-party applications. So where you are going to purchase some of the data, but there will be no guarantee that your data is safe. There is no guarantee when your website is going to crash. There is no guarantee the third person is looking into your website, and there is no complete authorization for you guys to look onto your website. It is basically a third-party application which costs more, and you can do the minimal configurations over there, and you can do only the minimal whatever the stylings will be there. Now you see in the WordPress there will be specific things you need to drag and drop, and you need to just change it. So if you want to add something newly creative, that you cannot add it with the WordPress. You have to code it for that. But the thing doesn't support over there. Okay. WordPress is something, a non-coding platform where we can, which is used to develop the website. Okay. Just drag and drop.